Hello and welcome to Justice. I'm Judge Jeanine Pirro. Thanks for being with us tonight. And now my opening statement. You know, Democrat-inspired government support for the last century has become the most abusive form of suppression and oppression in our inner cities. It is keeping African Americans and minority communities from attaining not only the American dream, but a normal, safe, secure, and productive life. A supposed well-intentioned support system is chaining our minority communities to an intergenerational cycle of poverty, dependency, and depression. Now, I've spent more than 3 decades in the criminal justice system, watching crime, drugs, and gangs ravage our inner cities, drawing no distinction between children, the weak, and the elderly. But I have never heard anyone, especially someone running for office, have the audacity, the tenacity to turn a paradigm upside down the way Donald Trump did this week.
It's time for our society to address some honest and very, very difficult truths. The Democratic Party has failed and betrayed the African American community. Democratic crime policies, education policies, and economic policies have produced only more crime, more broken homes, and more poverty.
Is he right? Let's take a look. When Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton talk about the racial divide, they neglect to talk about the fact that 58% of young African Americans do not have jobs. That in fact they are worse off since an African-American president took office. So what makes anyone think things will get better under the same policies? When Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton talk about the economic divide in this country, what have they done about it? Other than Hillary Clinton magically going from dead broke to being worth more than $100 million that she'll admit to, without a business, a company, or anything other than a so-called not-for-profit corporation. And while Obama and Clinton talk about those much-needed conversations between the minority community and our law enforcement officers, they do so to the background chant, "What do we want? Dead cops. When do we want them? Now." Today, more police are targeted and killed than ever before. And while Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton talk about the poor and the oppressed, the anarchists, Black Lives Matter, and Occupy Wall Street, group burn down and destroy neighborhoods, where the only ones suffering are African-American mom-and-pop shops and African-American small business owners. And while they pontificate on the quality of justice for minority communities like Ferguson and Baltimore, juries, judges, and even their own Department of Justice outright reject their make-believe incendiary and divisive narrative. And in case you haven't noticed, gun crimes against African Americans in the inner cities only matter if law enforcement is involved. African American deaths, even of children on playgrounds on the south side of Chicago, just don't get the same outrage. And when this duo talk about the quality of education that young African American and minority children need to compete, they force an education bureaucracy and the unions that in turn support them, selling slick ads while children in those communities drop out or fail on those families. No vision to help children like the lucky few who have experienced the voucher system or school choice that allows them to break the bonds of the inner city and soar their way to success. Now take a look at these cities populated by the minority community, where murders are on the rise, where poverty is the norm, where guns are seen as the only form of protection, crime is the only way out, where hope is non-existent. And ask yourselves, who is running these cities? Democrats. Take a look at the numbers. Chicago has had a Democratic mayor for the last 85 years. St. Louis, 67 years. Newark, 109 years. Milwaukee, 108 years. Baltimore, 49 years. And D.C., 41 years. All major cities, all where murders go up. Folks, if something just doesn't work time after time, over and over, what does it tell you? Should you keep going with it? Should you do it again? You know what? I can't say it any better than he can.
What the hell do you have to lose?
And that's my opening statement. Tell me what you think on my Facebook page or Twitter. #Judge Jeanine.